Hey everybody, it's Alex Reed, the DM here for the Real Play D&amp podcast.
It's already starting.
It has already started here today. So, last time, you guys were traveling north towards Guamora. You guys lost Brilla, and Glenn went to sleep with the group.
Okay.
Poor Glenn.
Hold on.
Hang on. No.
Brilla wandered off.
Brilla
Didn't lose
Glenn
shit.
chose to leave, so.
Brilla was no longer with the group.
Did she get kidnapped?
And
What's your secret?
Agard and Ibron tried to follow her. Found some foot trails, foot traffic that led away all around into the woods and back around again. Came back to the party, took a rest. Glenn was gone in the morning. And then you guys ran into 3 arguing wizards on the side of the road. You agreed to help them, found the cave, entered in there, were ambushed by spiders, and you guys decided to take a short rest.
I feel like you missed a huge part that they were wanting a artifact from a god. Like,
Yeah,
That is true. That is true. They did want you to find a staff of the gods, basically.
You know, one of those.
Yeah, there's one of those. Yeah.
And you guys decided to do it. Got ambushed in the tunnel on the way there, and you guys took a short rest, or were taking a short rest in a chamber at the end of the hallway with a 10-foot by 10-foot diameter circle in the middle. And that's where we left off last time. But before we pick that up, let's go around and let's answer the question for our character. Is your character an introvert or an extrovert?
too easy. Too easy. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm Alex. I play Agard, the Furbolg Druid. I would say Agard is an extrovert. You know, I think in other circumstances he may actually be an introvert, you know, but I think with finally getting the courage to leave his people and adventure and that sort of thing, he's kind of forced himself into the situation. So he's kind of forcing himself to be, you know, maybe more out there and approaching people more than he normally would. So I think maybe his true nature is more of an introvert, but you know, he's found this courage to pursue this part of his life. So I'd say he's definitely an extrovert now.
Oh, nice. I'm Jessica Reed. I play Katie, a dragonborn fighter. Katie is more extrovert. I think right now she's still trying to get her bearings in the world because she hasn't ventured this far or for this long outside of the monastery before. So she's definitely coming out of her shell. So I don't feel like that makes her introverted, though. It's just more of her coming into her own, in a sense.
I'm Reggie. I play Braka Ultim, the Cobalt Artificer. Braka is 100% introverted. He doesn't like people. He's just about him and his work. That's about it. He is just focusing on just advancing his stuff, making better stuff. That's about it.
Nice.
What's Reggie's last name?
And Alex's, by the way.
We've been doing this for a while now. I think I'm good with what I've got.
I just like the first one when Jess called Reggie out and he was like, mid-sentence just pauses. Morris. And then continues. Also, side note, unfortunately, for the next couple episodes, Connor will not be able to join us. So Abrone will be played by myself for now. And then we will get back to normal shortly. So you guys had gone down the hallway, killed a bunch of spiders, made it to the end chamber, which was a giant 20-foot by 20 or 25 by 25 foot circle, and in the middle there's a 10-foot diameter hole that was covered by a large stone. You guys decided you were going to take your short rest there.
Yep.
Need everybody to go ahead and roll perception checks.
Oh, no.
18 for Agard.
Natural 20.
Apparently,
Here we go.
a D12 is exactly what Katie's trying to roll.
Reggie's using his show-off dice again.
That's a 9.
So
Just using her regular dice.
18 for Abrone, natural 20 for Braka. So Braka, Abrone, and Agard, you guys hear what sounds like footsteps coming from down the tunnel. How far is everybody's dark vision?
60 probably.
60? I know Ebrone's is.
60.
I didn't know. Ooh, you have the goggles of night, don't
I
you?
do.
Oh,
Braca made those.
Agard has
Thank
the
you, Braca.
spear that he lets him see 15 feet.
So you
Oh,
can see
yeah.
about 15 feet. And can you see... Do you have dark vision? Does Braca?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Braca and Ebrone are able to see 3 figures coming down the hallway. They don't notice you as they're moving close, but they start to slow down as they get towards the edge of the light. Just outside of it, they kind of start to slow up at about 30 feet. But there are 3 individuals, and with that, everybody go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh, son of a...
19.
Oh, shit.
12 for Agard.
That's a 4 with a natural 1.
What did Braca get?
19.
And you rolled a 12, right?
Yes.
These dice were not meant for Katie. I'm switching them out.
Ebrone rolled a 6. Nope, sorry, 7. And Katie had a 4.
Yes.
Well, you didn't roll the worst.
I got a nat 1. I just have a +3 to my initiative.
Yeah, they rolled a nat 1 too. They don't have any pluses to their initiative.
All right. Some hope.
And another one rolled a 2, but they had a +1 to their initiative, so they still go after you.
I mean, do we...
So
Okay. Sorry.
you can see shapes. Agard can see shapes just at the edge of his light.
Yep.
Ebrone and Braca. Ebrone would have let you guys know there were figures coming, and he moved basically to where he was around a corner, probably the left side of the hallway, so we can kind of peer around and look down, but still have a little bit of cover. But he would have let you guys know that there are people headed down the hallway, and they stopped about 20 to 30 feet shy of the entrance to the room that you guys are in. Do you guys want to have any conversation or anything right before they get there?
Brock is just gonna just snap his head to the hallway, or just keep his head like locked onto the hallway and just ready a poison spray if anything happens.
Agard's going to have the spear in his hand and call out, "Who's there?"
We are the Camraderie of Villainous. We are here to take your gold.
What gold?
Is that Katie's response?
Is that Katie's response?
No, she's sorry. I mean, she kind of giggles to herself, like, okay.
Who are you?
We are no concern of yours. We have no gold for you.
I think you're a concern of ours. You're trapped here in our hallway, so what is it you're doing here?
We are merely in this cave. We ran into some spiders, and now we are confronted with you who wish to take gold that we do not have.
Wait. You hear a third voice. You've got no gold?
No.
No.
I think you hear him kind of conferring in here. Well, that's what they said. No, what? No, he said the guys in there have gold.
Can you stop talking to yourselves and come talk to us before I melt you with acid?
Oh.
That's a bluff, right?
No.
Yeah, I think it's a
not.
bluff. I think it's a bluff. We're good. And as you hear that, one turns, and they just like throw a rock at the source of the light.
Okay, it's in my hand, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just gonna throw a rock. Say it was George. You'll find out who shortly. Why I say George. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry.
We're not,
16.
he's not throwing at me. He's throwing at the source of the light.
Yeah, he's just, well, how are you holding it? Is it in front of you?
It's kind of like, like he's trying to extend it out to where he can see someone. So it's kind of like out like this.
I guess I'm asking, is it out in front of you like you're going down the hallway or kind of next to you?
Kind of like this.
Because he's just throwing it kind of at the light.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess, I don't know.
Okay, so he throws a rock,
Sure.
and you watch the rock go towards the light and then whiz past you.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Well,
Braca, you're up first.
Braca
in initiative.
made his threat already. Hang on. How many vials of that acid do I have?
Like, I think you said like 100.
I'm pretty sure it's unlimited. It just keeps
Pretty
coming
sure,
back.
yeah. You put that cheat on, remember?
No, I don't think you did up, down, A, B, A, B.
Konami
We did cheat codes before we started this.
God.
How much damage does that acidic poison stuff do?
I thought it was just like poison spray, basically.
Well, it's that vial of yellow green stuff that I got from Cormier.
I'm pretty sure it was just poison spray, basically, in a bottle.
Oh, okay. Are they like lined up? Like
Tell you what, we'll say it's 2d6.
poison or acid?
Poison.
Okay.
Well, acid.
Okay.
Because it would make more sense to be acid in a bottle like that. So 2d6 acid for the green bottle you got from Cormier.
Are they? So if I throw it right,
Mhm.
like, and if will it like explode in like an area or
It'll
something?
break on contact.
Okay, Frog is just gonna throw one of the yellowish.
Okay, so at that hallway that you guys went down to get there, 10 feet wide by 20 feet tall.
Okay.
So the three that are walking there, there's two closest that are about 20 feet from the corner, and then there's one behind them, kind of standing in almost like a semicircle, having a conversation, communicating.
Okay.
So which one do you want to throw at?
That's a good question. So you said that are there two like lined up kind of then? You said?
Yes, for this, we'll say there are two lined up. It's the individual that is on the right, and there's one behind him.
Okay. Braka's gonna cast Ray of Sickness at the two that are lined up. Natural 20.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming in hot this episode.
He's using the digital dice, too.
Jeez.
Is that where he just types in 20?
These natural 20s brought to you by D&D Beyond.
Gosh.
So how do crits work again? I forget.
You can choose to roll double damage or roll damage once and double it.
Okay. You said roll twice or roll once and then double it?
Either or.
Either or.
Okay.
Which one do you prefer to do?
I'll roll twice. 2d8. So 12 plus 10, 24. Poison.
Right.
Wait, no.
24 points poison.
Yeah, poison. And they have to make a con save.
That is a ray of
Oh
sickness.
my god. Okay, hang on. The one in the back is dead.
Holy, what the
Okay.
What's the saving throw?
Decently. 15.
He rolled a 15 on the die.
Okay. So it's not poison.
Okay, so he's not poisoned.
It's not poison.
But he's hurting. So you throw, or you do Ray of Sickness, right?
Mm.
What does that like? What does that look like? Flavor your spell.
So
Tell me what it looks like.
Braka, he pulls out one of the this darker greenish vial on his left side. He goes to reach for the yellow acidic poison stuff, but he just says never mind and reaches for the this darker green bottle on his left side and shakes it up, and it turns it starts to bubble and turn bright green. Then he pops the cork off and it just shoots out in a violent straight stream.
Okay, and with that, it goes through and it hits the first person, and as they kind of turn to get out of the way of it and start trying to get the stuff off, it hits the guy behind him right in the face. Doesn't have any chance, doesn't see it coming, gets hit, and you can just see it start to kind of melt away, and he falls backwards and just thuds without a noise. The other guy, you can hear him kind of wiping at his face, and he's and wiping whatever came onto him off. He's like, and you can tell it's done a lot of damage, and he's hurting. And the other one lies motionless behind him.
Braka's gonna say to the one that's still alive, if you get it in your eyes or in your mouth or ears, nose, it'll hurt a lot more, so careful wiping it off.
You hear, and you start spitting and keeping wiping. Agard, you're up.
How far are they from us?
About 20 feet.
So Agard is going to, as menacingly as possible, start walking towards them. Think, because he's pissed now.
Mm-hmm.
So think the very slow Michael Myers walk towards someone, so he can he's got the staff in his hand so he can see. When he gets up to, there's two guys still standing.
Two guys still standing, yes.
Can Agard tell which one was speaking earlier?
Not really.
Okay.
But I mean, based on the screaming,
Which
of
one
the
is
guy
not
wiping his
wiping stuff
face,
off to him frantically?
the one on the left.
Okay, so basically, Agar's going to drop the spear just at their feet, so everything's still lit up, and he's going to cast Primal Savagery to where he turns into fangs, and he just gets. We talked about his blue skin gets a little bit darker. It's dark where we're at, and if claws kind of come out. He's going to grab. He's not going to attack him, but he's just going to grab the one who is not frantically trying to wipe things off, and he's just going to be like, "Who told you we were here?"
Make a contested strength throw real quick.
Okay.
To be able to grab him.
What is going on?
That is a 18.
With the 2 that I rolled, I would say you
Can Agar just kind of have picked him up off the ground?
Yep. You are able to grab him right like.
Ooh. Do you want me to do like an intimidation or?
So yes, that's what you're gonna roll next. Okay. So you grab him by the biceps and lift him off his feet, and you say that you ask him. You say, who told you we were here?
Yeah.
And he kind of like sits there and roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Oh yeah, then
yeah.
He's like,
I mean, Agar is salivating, just like feral.
Yeah, he's like, there's people outside. They told us you were here, and he kind of like tries to wiggle.
Wiggle.
Roll a dex, because you're trying to hold on to him real quick. I know this is a lot, but this is
18.
Okay. He tries to wiggle out, and he's not quite able to. He frees a little and like kind of slides down from your grip, but you still have him by like the shoulders.
Can I know I've done kind of an action, so I don't want to overplay this, but can I have, when he's starting to wiggle free, can I like push him up against the side of the cave?
Yeah.
And just hold him there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Well, his turn is next. That's why I gave him the dex and you guys going against. So I would say it is his turn, but you can, talking is a free action.
Yeah.
So part of his turn was trying to wiggle out, and as he tried to wiggle out, you pinned him against the wall. Is there something else you want to say? Like,
before I rip you in half, who sent you here?
Well, he rolled an 8, so he's like, I don't know. And as you're holding him there, you hear this noise.
Peeing sound?
That sounds like liquid hitting cloth.
It's Katie.
And as you're holding him up, you kind of glance down, you can see this wet spot appear on his pants and just slowly spread out from there. And he's literally peeing himself, scared of you.
Yeah, Agar's not taking his eyes out of that from looking at that guy's eyes.
You wouldn't even need to. It's just the peripheral vision. You can see it.
Sure.
He's like, I don't know. There's this guy's outside. He said you'd have gold.
Those dirty, rotten wizards.
And he's just shaking, pinned against the wall.
Okay. That's all he's going to do right now.
That was his turn. Ibron is going to,
in true fashion,
draw an arrow and hold his action. Basically, that if any of them, seeing what everything that has gone down, he's going to hold his action to wait. If any of them make a violent movement towards you or an attempted attack, then he's going to let loose.
Oh God, so much has happened in such a short amount of time. Katie's just in shock right now. I will say, because we came in here, we fought a bunch of spiders, and then all of a sudden people were like, "Oh, you have gold," and then she saw Braca do something out of a bottle that killed somebody. And then she's seen Agar go into Primal Savagery before, but
you don't know that person's dead yet. It's
well,
only been
he
around.
dropped
see
down,
him
but she
drop
can
motionless.
she can see him drop motionless though. But all she's gonna do at this point, because she's still kind of in a state of shock, is just make sure, kind of getting her morning stars out and ready. And I would say she would ready her action that if the one who was getting the stuff off of his face and body and whatnot moved to flee or towards one of us to hurt somebody, then she would attack him with her Morning Stars.
So you're holding your action to attack if anybody else attacks as well.
Or if he tries to flee.
How far are you from that person? I mean, are you still? That's what I'm asking. Are you still standing in the middle of that room?
Oh no,
Did
I
you
would have.
move
I would have.
towards them?
I would have moved with the group. Sorry.
What's Ray of Sickness has a range, right?
I would have gone in
60.
front of Braca though for protection, but I'm behind, well behind Agard.
Okay. So
Wayguard.
so you
Rename
have
Jeff.
the guy pinned against the wall. Right next to you, there's the guy trying to wipe the stuff from the Ray of Sickness off of him. You're about 10 feet away from that,
That's fine.
and you're holding your action.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear, oh, fuck this, Harry, come on! And he kind of like starts shaking the guy on the ground, and he doesn't move. And he shakes him again, and he doesn't move, and he just tries to book it.
Well, I would say he's in my threat range. If he was standing next to the guy,
He is.
yeah.
So you can. However, I'm going to say it's at disadvantage because you are holding him up with two hands a little.
I'm going
but
to
you could
use him. I'm going to throw his friend at him.
Oh, then no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I won't give you disadvantage on that. I'll tell you what.
my God.
We'll say he gets about 10 feet away
Okay.
as you're turning to throw him. So
Yeah.
he's about. There's 5 feet between you and where he is, but you absolutely can throw
Okay.
his friend at him.
Just do a regular attack roll? Or do you, it's like a strength?
Let's
A
do
body throw? Come on.
Yeah, let's do
What are we gonna
an
do?
athletics check.
Athletics check?
Yeah, because you're I feel like you're discusing a person, so
Oh my God.
It's more of a shot put.
yeah, shot putting a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it correct.
Before it happens,
We were
you
all
turn
track
him
stars.
and you put your hand.
22.
22 hits.
Yeah.
22 hits.
So basically,
Let's do-
Agard. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's do a little improvised damage here. Let's say you threw him about 10 feet, so that'll be an extra d6. And let's say a d8 bludgeoning as you throw. So 1 d8 and 1 d6 to hit this person.
Just 7. But so if I can, so Agard is full feral in this guy's face, feels his buddy leaving, and isn't done talking to these people yet because he hasn't got any answers. So he just looks over his shoulder, takes the guy he has in both hands, and just hurls him down the hallway at his buddy. And the guy, you basically see the guy, just flipping head over heels at his friend in the hallway.
Yeah,
And then just hear body on body just boom.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
as that
gosh.
happens, as he's flipping head over heels, you see the two bodies collide, and the guy that was trying to run away because you threw it at such an angle ends up slamming into the wall, which was the extra d6. You were slammed him into the wall, and then he fell over, and the other guy landed on top of him, and that would be the end of his turn.
Okay.
So Braca, it's back to the top of the round. You just watched as you did Ray of Sickness. One of them can't get up. The other one tried to shake the other one, turned to run, and then you watched Agard turn and throw the guy that he had picked up into another one, and now they are laying on the ground. Oh my gosh. One is scrambling, trying to get up.
So, is the one that was running, is he still conscious?
I don't know.
Okay. Is he moving right now? Just like quick glance.
I mean, he's under the guy, so I mean, it looks like he's moving, but it could be the guy on top moving and his arms are moving underneath him. It's not obvious that they're fighting against each other. To stand up.
Braca's just gonna ask Agard, are they staying alive or no? I don't care. I mean,
Do you want me to do like a perception to see if I can tell, so I can answer him to see what's? I know it's on my turn, but
Talking's a free action.
Yeah.
If Braca's talking to you, I would say, did you address him like, hey, Agard, are they leaving? Yeah.
Braca's asking if you want them to stay alive or not.
ooh, Agard's in a state where he's probably not going to answer you.
Okay.
I mean, he's
Just right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll say you ask that question, and after a couple seconds, you get no response.
you basically at this point you see the back of Agard. You just see breathing really heavily and just kind of still that kind of hunched over.
Right.
And you can see, like, in that light from the spear, his his primal savagery out by his side, the claws really long, just kind of standing there, almost like he's looks like he's stalking prey.
Oh yeah, I just rolled to see if he could compute. He's not
Okay.
in that headspace.
Braca is just gonna kind of chill. Braca's gonna turn back to Katie, I guess, and probably just wave since he doesn't know what's going on, really.
Wait, do you wave like the cute little friendly
Yeah,
wave that you're like,
just a like a frantic wave at Katie. Braca will,
I just pictured him. I pictured him looking at him, waving, and then turn around and like just mouthing like, "Holy shit!"
Braca will
No, that's
turn
what
to
Katie's
Katie.
thinking.
What do you want to do?
Who are they? Why? We don't have anything. I don't understand. The only thing I can think of, do I need to roll or anything to think of like remembering those guys out there that the older gentleman? that sent
No,
us here?
you guys just came in here.
The only people out there that could have told them that we were here would be the people who sent us in here. I don't understand.
Yeah, Braca's like while you're saying this, like readying like a poison spray. I guess a god artifact thingy was kind of too good to be true, and then he's gonna let a poison spray go on the one that is trying to run, the one that's like hurt the most.
Okay, go ahead.
Braca. Braca knows that he hit that one decently hard, and a body just got slammed into him as well. He's just gonna hit the one that was thrown. He's just gonna try and hit that one.
Can poison spray hit two people?
Nah. We talked about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna
but-
say because they're
but
in the
here's-
same
here's-
spot.
But here's the thing. They are laying on top of it. Like
Yeah.
one
So
is
it's
laying
like-
on top of the other.
I mean,
one.
that's
so
your
I
fault.
feel like if they're laying on top of each other, I feel like poison spray.
basically
would,
they're occupying the same
Yeah.
space right now.
It's a con save of 15.
Oh, sorry.
What is up?
Never mind. It would con save. I was gonna say you'd have advantage because they're both prone.
Oh,
18.
damn it.
Would that mean that they would have disadvantage then because they're prone?
that's how
Not
it
on
works.
saves.
Was that both of them or just one?
Only one had to make it.
Oh, okay, because the other one is not
Makes
okay.
sense.
Braca will just kind of like tilt his head a little bit, confused on why the other one wasn't really affected, but realizing that a body was thrown at him, Braca's just gonna kind of chill now. He's not,
I mean, technically, you can roll damage for it because he wasn't able to do a save. So technically, you hit him.
12, but to the dead body, sure, 12 damage.
Yeah, so that's 2 death saves that he failed for sure.
Right. That's all Braca's gonna do. He's just gonna kind of let Agar do his thing.
Agard, you're up.
Okay.
And you're about 10 feet from the one that you just threw. And he is prone.
And they're both just laying.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so you see Agard, his posture kind of straighten, whatever you can see of claws kind of retract. He then casts Entangle, where the two are lying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a strength save of 15.
Okay.
Which, man, it's amazing there would be some sort of... I know it's not rules, but...
14. So
Okay.
he fails.
Okay. So they are, or will you do both or just the one? Because it's an area thing, so they're both there. Anyway. Well, okay, then they're restrained.
I mean,
And Agard's going to walk up to them. Because basically what happens is out of this cave floor, vines and everything just basically, wrap all around him.
mm-hmm.
And Agard's going to go up to him and lean down and say, I asked, who sent you here?
It's like, I told you. There were the 3 people outside. I don't know. They just told us there were people in here like gold.
Can I hear this?
Yeah.
What?
They are restrained, and I can wave everybody over.
What? I'm not going to talk to them directly. I'm only
Sure.
going to talk to you. Like, what? Why did they tell them to come in here?
What she said.
Brocco's just gonna run past on like all fours pretty much to the one that's like dead in the back. That's what he does when he runs quick. Like he kind of like leaps around on all fours.
He goes onto all fours?
Oh, wow.
Like,
like it.
Like a lizard?
yeah.
I love it.
He's
That's
gonna
a sprint.
It's offensive.
that's his
Sorry.
dash pretty much. He's just gonna go to the one in the back and check if they're still alive or not.
So as you get there, there is an entangle all around, and you dart through because you don't have to make a strength save after it's originally cast, correct?
Right.
It's just there.
Well, no. If they enter this thing, you have to do a strength
Okay,
save.
so you have to do a strength save if you're going to enter.
Yeah. But would you even enter it though if you just see all these
If
vines
I
and stuff
saw
everywhere?
that, Brock
Yeah.
would like get ready to run, and he'll probably take like a few leaps. But after that, he'll see the entangle and like quickly stop.
So you stop just at the edge of it. And you don't quite enter, but Katie and Agard are standing. Basically, I'm going to say the way that you cast it, it went on the ground and then up the wall.
Yep.
So that way it doesn't take up the whole hallway, so
Yep.
you could approach and walk the way you did, so you guys don't have to make strength saves.
Yeah.
So it went kind of across the floor and then up the wall, and it's just kind of, it grabbed his legs, and then the wall grabbed his body and pulled him back. So he's kind of stuck there, arms out like this, and he's like, I told you there were 3 people. They just told us that you had gold, and they said it would be easy pickings. I don't know.
Are you thieves? What is the point of you being here?
I mean, I prefer reacquisitioning power, but maybe thieves is what they call it.
Well, now you're dead.
Brock is
just
gonna
not understanding.
audibly laugh when Katie of all people says that.
And Agard also
Like,
has
Katie has her hands on
picked
her
up his
hips.
spear again and just kind of standing with the spear next to his side.
Just let me go, please. I was never here.
What
I don't know what happened.
What about the other guy?
They're dead.
Agard.
Oh, the other one that oh, okay.
So
Agard.
he was the one that got hit with the poison spray.
Right. Okay.
How long does this last?
As long, I mean,
Like,
I
if you
can-
walked away,
yeah.
how long would it last?
Just a minute.
Oh, that's not enough.
No, but I could also drop it. But we can. What would you like to do?
I was just going to leave him here.
Okay.
What?
I don't know what is going on.
Well, I say let's try to pull what we can from here. Let's bind him. We have some rope. We can still bind him. Hey, Brown, come and help.
They told us that after we dealt with you, that there was treasure at the bottom of this. So we were gonna try to get the main treasure.
Hey, after you're done crying, can you tell us what the people look like that sent you here?
Did one have a very fancy shirt?
It's like, Harry talked to them. I didn't.
Which one's Harry's?
You didn't have eyes?
I was just grabbed by Harry. We have a camp about
Then
100 feet from this cave.
Was it just you three, or are there others back at the camp?
There were just the 3 of us, but we were waiting for the rest to
Okay,
come
that's
back.
Okay, that's
how many are you?
There's about 7 total, but now there's... He kind of looks down and looks around. He's like, now there's probably 5.
4.
What are you?
There's about.
He wants to be...
Rocco will say that under his breath, like as quietly, not super quietly, but
See if you heard. Yeah.
yeah,
Let's see if you heard this.
I rolled a 17 for perception.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, Brown, help us. Are we out of combat now? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Abron, if he would like to help, we'll tie him up
Ebron will come over with rope and
Okay.
tie the person up.
and gag him.
Sure.
Okay, so perceiving these people, what are they?
They're the one that is still alive
Mhm.
is a dwarf. The other 2 are humans.
Okay, so let's search some pockets.
What?
What do you want to do? Can we do investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? It's just a 12.
12. Okay. 2 silver. 11 copper. 10 gold.
So Agard basically finds this and hands it all to you since you've been kind of...
Hey, 2 silver.
11 copper and 1 gold.
10 gold.
I'm sorry, 10 gold, yeah.
Trying to cheap us out.
You're
and then
correct.
we're going to lay him... push his buddies' bodies off to the side and lay him on top of them.
And I'm just going to look at Ebrone and be like, I'm pretty proud of you for being pretty tame in this interaction here. So, growth comes in all shapes and sizes. This is a win.
Does
Not role playing.
so there's no... They didn't have any weapons on them?
They have like daggers.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure...
Not great weapons that you would take. But
no. But I want to get away from him.
Yeah,
I don't want him to...
Okay, yeah. So you're able to grab the daggers and like rusty weapons that they had. Looking across their stuff and what they have, I wouldn't say you would know it necessarily, but I wouldn't say Agard would figure it out. But Braca, you have kind of been on and off the roads and traveled with Arpip, at least to some extent.
Right.
That these are what Arpip would call highwaymen. They're thugs and people who make a living robbing caravans and doing stuff like that on the road.
Did they come in the same way that we did? Or were they coming in from another side?
They came in the same direction that you guys came in.
Okay. So I guess we made it easy for them with killing the spiders.
So, do we believe there is a staff here? Or were we sitting here to be ambushed by... Wait, did he not... And I want to remove the gag from the dwarf's mouth. Mm-hmm. Did you say that they told you there was treasure here?
Yes.
Why are you still crying?
Did you know them?
Are you going to kill me?
And I put the gag back in his mouth.
Did you know them? And I pull it down.
No.
This is the first time you've ever met them?
I didn't meet him. Harry did.
Well, whatever. This is the first time that your friend met them?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay, and I put the cap back up.
So let's go... let us go back to the chamber and see if there is still something here.
I mean, I'm kind of inclined to believe that there's something. I mean, we got paid.
Yeah.
I mean, if these people are powerful, I assume that money like this is kind of pocket change to them, but...
And I go back to the guy and I pull down the... Did Harry get paid?
Like 10 gold.
Wow. You could have held out for more. And I put the gag back up.
Oh.
Sorry, going back, I'm trying to remember what this cavern was like. Wasn't there like a big, deep hole?
So the when you re-enter that chamber, it is a 25 by 25
No, I'm sorry,
diameter
earlier
circle.
on. Like, I thought when we went to the first cave, we entered kind of an open area. Wasn't there like a deep hole when we first started hearing the skittering?
No, those are all the different. As you looked around, there were
crevices.
different crevices and
Sorry.
holes in the wall.
Okay.
But not anything that like a body could fit through.
Okay. Ebrone, can you stay and watch our friend here?
Everyone kind of nods.
Okay. Let us go back to the chamber if you would like, and let's see if we can find something.
Ebrone actually takes a torch and lights the torch and puts it in one of the crevices on the wall so that the light, you can see the individual that's tied up and walks with you guys into the big chamber to help and assist anything that you guys need.
Great.
But he'll stay up here with that person
Okay.
if that's what you guys want him to do.
Sure.
So we enter into the chamber and it has just something in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm. There's a so it's a 25 by 25 diameter circular room, and then in the middle there is like a 10 foot by 10 foot diameter stone slab.
Is there any kind of writing or
Yeah, I was going to say
anything?
markings or...
There's not really much on it. Make an investigation check.
Natural
Agard.
20.
I was not using the right dice for Katie. That's a -1. Oh. 18.
Wow.
So
You both did well. Agar did not.
this third natural 20 brought to you by D&D Beyond because it is another digital dice natural 20. But anyways, Braca and Katie, as you guys are walking around, you guys each walk a different direction around the stone slab. And as you get to about the halfway point going towards the back of the room you're in, you can see what looks like drag marks where it looks like the stone may have been pushed backwards and then back forwards. So you feel like the stone could probably move if you found a way to push it backwards.
Hey, guard.
Katie will try to start pushing as he's calling for Agard.
Can you
Make a strength check.
Could you do a favor?
Yes. What do you need?
I think this thing can move. I don't know if you have to push it
19.
or not, but it looks heavy. I'm not strong. You two are. So, if you want to help Katie, that would be...
Of course.
And as you say, of course, you start to hear what sounds like stone dragging against stone as Katie begins to push already, and it starts to slowly move, and you can hear it kind of dragging across. Ebrone
Her
notices.
usefulness is coming through.
Ebrone notices and steps forward and starts
I hope
trying
he
to
poops
push
a little.
the other side. Ebrone notices and steps forward, and he starts to push the other side. So you have advantage on the next check.
Brock is just going to stand out of the way and stand to the side. He's-
Agar standing next to you like, I guess I am not needed.
The
Brock
next
is
check
kinda
did not
shrugs.
help you. It's a 10.
So
With
as,
advantage?
So I
Oh.
rolled a 4 first.
Oh, gosh.
So as you were pushing and
gosh.
Ebrone kind of popped up next to you and it startled you for a second.
Yeah,
You
I
didn't
would say.
expect somebody to be there. So you kind of lost your grip and your hand slid like over the top of the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you reset. Go ahead and make a... just do it straight.
14.
Okay, 14. So you continue to move the stone a little. It hasn't moved a whole lot, but you've got it to the point where, like, Braca could kind of wiggle between where the stone is and the other edge and go down, but nobody else can just yet.
Can Braca see down, kind of?
Stop it.
Would you like to approach the edge?
Yeah.
So as you get to the edge and you look down, you can see, but it goes into darkness. And it's dark beyond the...
Is it like
Distance of your dark
a
vision.
stairway or just like a drop?
It is as you look down, you realize it's not a straight drop. It is angled, but it is a circular chamber going down. It's not extremely smooth. It is a circular chamber, but it's with the stones and that. So there are little grips and handholds that you might be able to use as you go down, but it would be difficult to do that.
Brock, just wait a moment.
Braca,
Hold on.
Braca's just gonna like peek his head like all the way through
Of course.
to get like a better look.
Yeah, you look in and you can see 60 feet down, but it continues on into darkness.
And you said again, because it just confused me, it's not like stairs or anything like a direct way down. It's like
No,
a
it's
rock climbing wall?
It's like a well, right? But it's not super smooth because of how it was when it was made. So some of the corners of the rocks stick out to where you would be able to kind of rest like your fingers or something. So similar to a rock climbing wall, but not to where you could get really easy grips. It would be very tough. There would be fingertips on there. But if you maybe used it in combination with a rope that you were able to hold, it might give you a little bit that you could walk down it rather than fall or try to climb.
Braca is going to. Is there like a pebble or a rock or just like a rock stone or whatever on the ground somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, it's a kind of a decaying hallway, so you can get a rock.
Braca's going to cast magical tinkering on the stone and let it light up 5 feet in dim light, just like purple.
Okay.
And he's going to just drop it and just see how far it goes down before it reaches the bottom.
Are you dropping it along the wall or trying to throw it towards the center?
I'm like, well, like I guess I'll just like kind of just like toss it in, even if it like clatters against the walls and whatnot.
Okay, so you toss it in. Again, you've only moved the stone about 1.5 feet off the edge. The stone kind of bounces down, and at this point, Katie, you're standing there, and you're pushing the stone as you look to your right. Ebrone is on the other side of the stone trying to push it, but Braca has his hands like wrapped around the edge and his head like peering down it, and he just threw a stone and he's like looking, so you can see that, and you watch this purple light disappear as it goes down. You follow watching that rock, and it kind of tink, 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 tink. You hear doop, and then it disappears.
Like I don't even see the light anymore.
Can't
That's how
see the
far
light
it went?
anymore. Yep.
Okay.
That last sound you made, was that water?
This is where we will end this week's episode. In this episode, the party fought off some highwaymen who claimed to be sent by 3 well-dressed figures and were promised gold and treasure. Once the highwaymen were neutralized, the party set out to move the giant stone in the middle of what appeared to be the last chamber in the caves. Once they moved the lid to the shaft beneath them, Braca picked up a stone and made it glow for 5 feet in all directions and dropped it down the shaft and listened as it bounced off the wall on the way down. Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers, for your continued support. If you haven't already, please like and follow the show and cast on social media. Links can be found in the episode descriptions. And if you're feeling generous or just want to hear your name as a shout out, please subscribe to our Patreon. And of course, tune in next week as we find out where this shaft goes and what the party does to traverse it.